That's well. So far, I think many people doing it. Coming to you, Sheikh Razavi. Thank you very much for coming to this show. But we already done that, and it seems every group they have got their own subcultural society within this wide society of non-Muslim. But then, what is it that why do we sort of very much go as non-Muslim and Muslim? Isn't that human being living, their ritual, they believe is all the same in some in a big rank. What I'm talking about, they are believing all the what I forgot the words, the human being naturally from the heart reaching the point that the love and care and respect and attitude towards one another is something natural, has to be. Why is it we Muslim trying to sort of keep ourselves to ourselves, and we think we are better? Is that supposed to be, or is it just a naturally human being following the way that Allah has given them, from the nature? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So this conflict coming to Europe and living over here, this conflict between Muslim and non-Muslim is always there. But they can't understand, why do we just keeping to what the things that we do, and we don't want to open up?
While we are living in the non-Muslim society, first responsibility is to protect ourselves, and the responsibility starts from the smallest unit of the society, which is a family, and family has to protect itself first. When you have protected yourself, then you can mix with the wider society, as Ayatollah Raqi mentioned, that the only way we can survive in this society is by safeguarding our values and protecting our family, and then we should increase the circle of this smallest unit of society into a community, and that community then when they feel strong and protected, then they can easily mix and mingle with the wider society, which is a non-Muslims. Islam does not say that you should remain in your pocket and don't interact with others. Muslims are very active wherever we live. Alhamdulillah, we can see the signs of it, that how they are progressing in all the societies. They are trying to, they are able to transfer the message of Islam by mixing with others, and I don't think there is any problem. But what we need to do is to safeguard our own values first. If we safeguard our own values, then we will be able to give more benefit to others and take good from them, and keep the bad away from our circle.
Okay, you said safeguarding our own values. So life, what is life? People need to go, the women going swimming, or they go to sports. They have to interact with different events in a school or university. There are certain things over there, it's not as easy as says. If you're in a Muslim country, there are swimming pool for the women, for the male, and for female. The separation is already established, is there for them. Over here, if you want to live, for instance, let me just give you one example. A family, a father will find a job, one part of the England that majority of the people are English. And there are many of them Christian, and there are many of them who do not even practice Christianity. They just practice whatever they feel like it. In other words, in Islam we just say they practice all they desire, whatever they want they're going to do, and in this land you're allowed to do it. You happen to have a job over there and happen to have a house over there, so your children going to the non-Muslim school. In London we are fortunate. There are so many Islamic school or colleges are being offered to us, but over there, I mean, the email that I had to present this program is from many other Muslim who living inside the society that the number of the Muslim are very few. I mean, in 100, only 2 family Muslim over there. They're really struggling. They don't know how to sort of practice what they believe and at the same time join the community, the non-Muslim community. Whether they want it or not, they are joining the community because the school, the children, they go to that school, they have to go to any events over there. The kids get invited to each other's party and the mother going to check that, are they drinking? Is it boys and girls mixed? And then if the child keeps making excuse, cannot go, this difficulty and dilemma comes to the household. Although there is a lots of love and care over there, for how long you're going to avoid? This is life.
Well, we are not telling them to avoid. What we say that the parents should bring up their children with the self-confidence. They should. The training starts from early stages of the child's life. When you are bringing up your children, you should teach them, educate them what is important in Islam, and then we should not make them feel inferior. We should not create inferiority complex in them. We should tell them to go and mix with the society, but beware of what is wrong, beware of what is haram, beware of what is harmful for them. So if we bring up our children with education and proper upbringing, they would not feel that they are left out from the society. If as you said, somebody living only 2 families in the whole city, in that case, of course, they would have more difficulties. But again, if the education is there, if the support and parents are continuously undoing the harms that they are getting from the non-Muslim society, then they would be able to survive. And we have seen examples. It always starts from small units. In London, for example, 30 years ago, it was very difficult to even find a halal food shop. Now, alhamdulillah, they are everywhere. So when community is developing, it's difficult. At the beginning of Islam also, Muslims had problems. I mean, they had to migrate to Medina. In Medina was a non-Muslim place. So they gradually established and as a community. And I'm sure Ayatollah Araki would support this, as that Islam encourages us to live with the community, with
not to sort of segregate and separate.
If you live together, you will be able to guard each other, you will be able to help each other. If you go and live in an isolated place, unless you have to live there, then of course you have to be more careful.
So what is the parent supposed to do, Sheikh Araki, on terms of keeping the children so confident when they go to these schools and there's only 1 or 2 of them?
The first important thing is to practice Islam.
Oh yes, that's true. You do it yourself.
If the parents practiced Islam very well, and children saw their parents and saw the belief of their parents in Islam, so that when parents say not to do or do, this order is very true, because they practiced this kind of order before.
So whatever they say, they do it themselves, and then the child learns.
If they did that, if they practiced Islam, and then if they taught their children, for example, about Islam, the children will accept this kind of teaching, will accept this kind of order, and will practice Islam as well,
because they see the parents doing.
This is the first important things. And the second important is, as I said, to be united. If their parents, if men and women, if father and mother, in the environment of family, lived together with love, with understanding each other, in this environment, they can teach their children to be good Muslim, to be real Muslim. This is very, very important thing.
Well, Sheikh Araki, it's easy to say. We are going to go for a break, but I need a further question on this for the family who embraced their faith later on in a life. This is very important to discuss. Please stay in tune. We're going to discuss those parents who suddenly, after 10 years or 15 years of marriage, they realize that the only way to survive is to submit to the law of Allah, which is Islam, and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Stay in tune. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.